What's going on YouTube? So yesterday I downloaded the demo at 5 a.m. and the very first thing I did was a commentary giving my impressions of the game. I used the Seattle Seahawks, and during that first game I found a couple of plays that I knew would be absolute money. Well, the first one of those plays that I told you guys about was out of the shotgun trio offset formation, and the play is called PA Hawks Dig. Now, for those of you who watch my NCAA videos have heard me say that shotgun trio formations are one of the toughest to stop in EA football games. I even did a full trio scheme just last week for NCAA. Now, trio offset is a new formation in Madden 25, and I have to tell you, it's killer, and I absolutely expect this to be run by quite a few people once the retail game is out. Now, by now, everyone knows that outside dig and the slot wheel routes are a deadly route combination. That's no secret. And I went as far as to say that I think it's the best route combination in the entire NCAA 14 game. So while I did beat this route combination to death tips-wise in NCAA, a lot of people don't play that game and will never see those videos. So I just have to show it again. I can't pass up on such a dominant play just because I showed something similar for a different game. Now, the slot wheel on this play is better than any slot wheel I've seen in the last couple of years. The speed at which the route progresses is really nice, and it allows us as the quarterback to get the ball out of our hands a lot quicker than normal, even if we let the route develop upfield. The Y route, though, on the post is also incredibly nice. So I put together this video, like I'm sure most of you expected after hearing me in awe of the play yesterday morning. I've got over 50 clips of gameplay footage running this unstoppable play that I promise you will carry over to the retail game and be extremely effective. So to set this play up, the first thing I'm going to look for is whether we're facing bump and run coverage or not. If we are facing bump and run coverage, I'm going to put X on a drag route. And the reason I'm going to do that is because if we're facing bump and run coverage and X gets bumped, then a lot of the times the X and B route will run into each other, making it a higher chance of throwing interceptions, or just the route's not running like we want them to. So by putting him on a drag, that's really going to help avoid that. If it is off coverage, we're going to leave all the routes on the left the exact same. Now, the X route technically isn't a dig route, but it works in the same manner and can be extremely effective against man or zone defense if you've seen some of my other videos on that route combination. The post route is just an added bonus. That route is absolutely deadly, and to have that on top of the fact that we have that semi-dig route and the wheel route is just ridiculous. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put A on a streak almost every time. Once we get down near the goal line, sometimes I like to put him on a zig route. We can put him on a drag route. I guess the only time we would do that is if X isn't on a drag as well. At least that's my opinion. And we can block RB. Now, let's be realistic here. This is just a demo, and I am just playing against the computer on all Madden. And while they do generate a lot of pressure, if we're playing an opponent that's going to send a lot of pressure, we want to make sure that we get protection. So we're going to block our running back in that case. Otherwise, I actually like to put him on the new streak out of the backfield. That new streak out of the backfield is actually going to slow down a little bit, and against zone coverage, and even against man sometimes, it's just really effective. Even though it looks like both are streak routes, the A route is going to get upfield much quicker than the RB route would. If we're worried about pressure, we can also just put him on a delayed route. And another thing I like to do is, let's just say that the right side of the field isn't being protected that much by players. Here I wouldn't necessarily put him on a wheel route just because we have 3 non-defensive lineman players on the right side, but we can put him on a wheel route. I do actually much prefer this route against a defensive formation like this. So that's the setup. There's not really any other changes, so I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay footage. Leave any comments that you have, and don't forget to subscribe. As I mentioned, the first route that caught my eye was the wheel route run by the B receiver. I just love the speed at which this play develops upfield. I do know that we have Percy Harvin, who is a 96 speed wide receiver at that position, but you can just tell the difference in speed, either from Madden 13 or NCAA 14. Another thing I really like is an improvement they've made in this year's football games is that the routes will sit down in the end zone like you just saw right there. So we can call this play inside the 5, inside the 10, or whatever the case may be. I just love that we can hit this route to the flat real quick, like so, or we can wait until he gets upfield, or we can really wait until he gets downfield and then hit him in a one-on-one scenario. Maybe go up for a manual catch, or if he's just beat his wide receiver, then it's easy. And as you can see, I mean, this route is just getting wide open over and over and over again. Here's a perfect example of a one-on-one situation. And in this year's game, we can really click on and get up and jump for the ball. That's something that's been missing the last couple years. The other thing, if we're worried about this route running upfield too quickly, just pass lead to the outside like you're seeing that I'm doing right there, and it's going to help us avoid running into defenders quickly upfield. Next, we're going to take a look at the X receiver, and this is really the perfect complement to a wheel route. As you can see, we're going to be able to beat man and zone defense with this route. It's not quite a dig route. It's not quite an in route. It almost looks like a smart routed in route, but it's not. It's just a really effective route that, like I said, it's going to do a good job against man. Like you see right here, he gets some separation, and we're able to hit him in the end zone. Or against zone. You know, if we feel like the B route is being covered, this is the perfect route that we're going to be able to hit over the middle. The only problem is that most of the times that I'm hitting this X receiver over the middle of the field, the B route is actually open as well. I mean, so the play itself, all three routes on this side of the field just go perfect with each other, hand in hand. They cover all areas of the field, so when we're playing an opponent head-to-head, he's really going to have a tough time stopping all of these routes. If he decides to stay and protect against the left side of the field, then we still have the tight end and the running back route. If he decides to cover underneath, we can go deep. I mean, there's just too much for anybody to defend in this play. Now, we could eat off those two routes that I just showed you all game long and be very effective doing so. But the route that really makes this play unstoppable is the post route run by the wide receiver. I'm not even going to pass lead at all. All I'm going to do is pass once he makes his cut. We're going to click on, cut it underneath, and just take off with the wide receiver. Here, we get a nice animation. Again, I'm still not pass leading to the inside. All I'm doing is waiting until he makes his cut. I'm throwing a bullet to the wide receiver, clicking on, and making the catch. Now, if we didn't have this post route, what would we do? We would put him on a streak route. Well, because the route doesn't even turn into a post till about 10 yards downfield, we can still treat it like a streak route. As you saw right there, I threw in the seams twice before he was even able to make his cut once I saw the opening. Then, if that's not there, all we need to do is wait a little bit. Here, it's one-on-one coverage. We just throw a bullet pass, click on, cut it underneath, and make the catch. There's just way too much to defend on this play. And the other thing I like about it is we can really get nice jump. I mean, this year they definitely added some nice catch animations. 557 yards passing using one play only. Now here's two examples. One is a drop. I throw it into coverage. Spec catch animation. Here's another bad read, but somehow, some way, I'm still able to click on, get a nice jump animation, and make the catch. So what if our opponent starts to heavily cover the left side of the field? Well, we still have the tight end streak and the route out of the backfield. Against zone coverage, we're just going to wait until we find that soft spot, and we're just going to throw a bullet pass without any pass lead, and our tight end is going to make the catch. As you can see here, I just wait until he gets in behind the linebacker, I throw a bullet pass, and it's easy pickings. Against man defense, what we want to do there is we want to pass lead to the inside or outside, and we want to click on and make the play. Here I'm just waiting over and over and over for that soft spot in the defense, and we're just going to throw a bullet pass. For whatever reason, shotgun trio formations, the tight end streak is going to get wide open. Whether it's NCAA 14, even in Madden 13 here, it's man-to-man coverage. I had inside position. I passed led to the inside, clicked on, and made the play, just like we would have done last year. Against zone, I'm not doing that. There, I actually tried to pass lead to the outside. Something funky happened. I still made the catch. Near the goal line, we can put him on a zig route, either hit him early or late. And finally, the route out of the backfield is really the perfect complement to the tight end streak. Essentially, it's a delayed streak route. As you can see right here, he takes his time getting upfield. All we're going to do is read the tight end early. If we see that the tight end is covered, like he is right here, we just press RB, hit the running back underneath, and it's an easy catch for an easy gain. We can also still put the running back on a wheel route. Pass lead to the inside, click on, and make the catch. Here, a lot of the times this is going to happen. They're going to be blitzing or something like that. We're looking at the tight end. He's covered. It's an easy play underneath. Now here, when we're running the hurry-up offense, and we try to hot route this RB route right away, some funky things like this are going to happen. Our opponent's never going to see it coming, and I love to hit that from time to time.